with me again, you will reward. Hello, Pillar Chasers. As you saw from the title, I am calling Pillar Chase 2 a bad game. But let me do a quick disclaimer. This is all my personal opinion, and obviously, you are free to like the games you play. That being said, not gonna do any fancy point precisions like I'm doing a documentary. But first thing I have to say as well is that don't get me wrong, I really do like Pillar Chase 2. Even my comments don't make it sound like I do. And me calling the game bad is because it kind of is, and I want said game to improve. That being said, I'm gonna give off my actual criticism, being that the gameplay sucks ass. At least like 90% of the time, the other 10% of the time is whenever you are playing as a killer. But that's gonna be the main issue. Gameplay is pretty simple. If you're a survivor, you do objectives to reduce the time left to survive while avoiding the killer. And if you're the killer, you kill everyone. Pretty simple to understand. But now we talk about the biggest issue, and that's being the survivor gameplay. To say the least, Pillar Chase 2 only gets its players from killer gameplay, not because they want to survive the killer, which obviously nothing wrong with that. However, I, like many others, kinda just stopped playing the game because of how boring it is to play as a survivor. To get higher up on the queue for who is next monster, you must do the objectives. However, regardless of if you do the objectives or not, it takes a while to be the monster in a server once unless you play in a really empty server. And if you are, you get the shortest match of your life. This makes the game really boring and unfun to play like 90% of the time. See, when you are making a Dead by Daylight type game, you have to keep the balance between killers and survivors. Most of the killers in Pillar Chase 2 can kill you in like 2 hits, or just impossible to get away from in the first place. And if you die early on, you just have to sit there and wait. And obviously that really sucks a lot. The game for sure has the passion and the effort into it, but it fails to get about 10,000 concurrent players from what I've seen due to boring, looping, repetitive gameplay. And survivors don't really offer anything special, other than just run around and get some upgrades. And for example, a game like Forsaken, which might not have too many kills at it has survivors each with their own ability. So you're not just father every time, well, except maybe 2 times. And it very much shows that, yeah, it kicked the competition to the next dimension. Don't get me wrong, I'm not calling Forsaken the perfect game, simply saying that it's a better game in my personal opinion because even if you play as a killer or survivor, no matter what you play, you are most likely gonna have like 5 times more fun than you will playing as a survivor in Pillar Chase 2. I like Pillar Chase 2 and all, but I simply moved on to Forsaken since having to wait so long just to be the killer, which is the main focus of the entire game, just once, it's really damn boring. And just not really fun at all. And with the recent update, it hasn't made it any better. You know, the like 5 PCX reworks at this point. So yeah, I'm calling the game bad because I want the game to improve as well. So I'm thinking they could get survivors more content instead of just being another killer for every update. And maybe then we'll get more players as it's shown by the success of Forsaken. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All that's pretty much all I want to talk about since I do really like Pillar Chase too, but it does also kind of suck that it's kind of in a down spiral at the moment, and I'm just sharing some ideas and reasons as to why that is happening and how to maybe fix the problem. But that's really it for this video. Pretty sure I know. I'll see if I get a motivation to make more content. But until then, you can maybe subscribe and get notifications for whenever I do upload. That's all. See you until then.